We need to pass an economic rescue plan for the middle class, and we need to do it not 5 years from now, not next year. We need to do it right now. So today I'm proposing a number of steps that we should take immediately to stabilize our financial system, provide relief to families and communities, and help struggling homeowners. It's a plan that begins with one word that's on everybody's mind, and it's easy to spell: J-O-B-S, jobs. We've got to work on jobs. We've already lost 750,000 jobs this year. Some experts say that unemployment may rise to 8% by the end of next year. We can't wait until then to start creating new jobs. And that's why I'm proposing to give our businesses a new American job tax credit. Instead of giving tax credits and tax breaks to companies that ship jobs overseas, what we're going to do is say to American companies, for each new employee you hire in the United States over the next 2 years, you are going to get a tax break. That makes sense. Now, to fuel the real engine of job creation in this country, I've also proposed eliminating all capital gains taxes on investments in small businesses and startup companies. They're the ones that create 80% of the new businesses. And I've proposed an additional tax incentive through next year to encourage new small business investment. It is time to protect the jobs we have and to create the jobs of tomorrow by unlocking the drive and the ingenuity and innovation of the American people. And we should fast-track the loan guarantees that we've already passed for our auto industry and provide more as needed so that they can build the energy-efficient cars, not in Japan, not in South Korea, but right here in the United States of America. We'll also save 1 million jobs by creating a jobs and growth fund that can provide money to state and local communities so that they can move forward with projects to rebuild and repair our infrastructure. A lot of these projects and these jobs are at risk right now because of budget shortfalls. But this fund will make sure they continue. So that's point number one. Let's create some jobs right now and put people back to work. Number two, the second part of my rescue plan is to provide some immediate relief to families who are watching their paychecks shrink and their jobs and life savings disappear. Now, I've already proposed a middle-class tax cut for 95% of workers and their families. But today I'm calling on Congress to pass a plan so that the IRS will mail out the first round of those tax cuts as soon as possible. We should get you a rebate in your pockets to deal with heating your homes this winter, making sure that you can afford the new coat for your child, or maybe even a new computer to help them at school. We should also extend and expand unemployment benefits to those Americans who've lost their jobs and are having a tough time out there finding new ones in this weak economy. And while we're at it, we should stop making people who are getting unemployment insurance pay taxes on those benefits, because that will give them a little bit of extra relief. At a time when the ups and downs of the stock market have rarely been so unpredictable and dramatic, we also need to give families and retirees more flexibility and security when it comes to their retirement savings. I want to give credit where credit is due. I welcome Senator McCain's proposal to waive the rules that currently force our seniors to withdraw from their 401ks even when the market is bad. I think that's a good idea. But I think we need to do even more. Since so many Americans will be struggling to pay the bills over the next year, I propose that we allow every family to withdraw up to 15% from their IRA or 401k, up to a maximum of $10,000 without fine or penalty through 2009, just to help tide folks over. This will help families get through the tough times, get through this crisis without being forced to make painful choices like selling their homes or not sending their children to college. Third part of my rescue plan is to provide relief for homeowners who are watching their home values decline while their property taxes go up. Earlier this year, I pushed for legislation that would help homeowners stay in their homes by working to modify their mortgages. When Secretary Paulson proposed his original financial rescue plan, it included nothing for homeowners. At a time when Senator McCain was silent on the issue, I insisted that it include protections for homeowners. So now the Treasury has to use the authority it's already been granted and move aggressively to help people avoid foreclosure and stay in their homes. We don't need a new law, and we certainly don't need a new $300 billion giveaway to banks like Senator McCain has proposed. We just need to act quickly and decisively. Get people in line to start modifying those mortgages. I've already proposed a mortgage tax credit for struggling homeowners worth 10% of the interest you pay on your mortgage, and we should move quickly to pass it. And we should change the unfair bankruptcy laws that allow judges to write down your mortgage if you own 6 or 7 homes, but not if you only have one. That makes no sense. And for all those cities and small towns that are facing a choice between cutting services like health care and education or raising property taxes, we'll provide the funding to prevent those tax hikes from happening. We cannot allow homeowners and small towns to suffer because of the mess made by Wall Street and by Washington. And for those Americans in danger of losing their homes, today I'm also proposing a 3-month moratorium on foreclosures. If you're a bank or a lender that is getting money from the rescue plan that passed Congress, and your customers are making a good faith effort to make their mortgage payments and renegotiate their mortgage, you will not be able to foreclose on their home for 3 months. We need to give people the breathing room to get back on their feet. Finally, this crisis has taught us that we can't have a sound economy with a dysfunctional financial system. We passed a financial rescue plan that has the promise to help stabilize the financial system, but only if we act quickly and effectively and aggressively. The Treasury Department has to move faster with their plan to put more money into struggling banks so they have enough to lend. And they should do it in a way that protects taxpayers instead of enriching CEOs. Now, there was a report yesterday that some financial institutions participating in this rescue plan are still trying to avoid restraints on CEO pay. Just like those AIG folks who got help from the federal government and then go on a $400,000 junket. That's not just wrong, it's an outrage to every American whose tax dollars have been put at risk. And it won't happen when I'm President of the United States of America. No major investor would ever make an investment if they didn't think the corporation was being prudent and responsible. We shouldn't expect taxpayers to think any differently. And we should also be prepared to extend broader guarantees if it becomes necessary to stabilize our financial system. And I believe that the Treasury should not limit itself to purchasing mortgage-backed securities. It should help unfreeze markets for individual mortgages, for student loans, for car loans, and for credit card loans. And I think we need to do even more to make loans available to 2 very important areas of our economy: small businesses and communities. Now, this past Friday, I proposed a small business rescue plan that would create an emergency lending fund to lend money directly to small businesses that need cash for their payroll or to buy inventory. It's what we did after 9/11, and it allowed us to get low-cost loans out to tens of thousands of small businesses. And we also need to make it easier for private lenders to make small business loans by expanding the Small Business Administration's loan guarantee program. By temporarily eliminating fees for borrowers and lenders, we can unlock the credit that small firms need to pay their workers and keep their doors open. Now, today I'm also proposing that we maintain the ability of states and local communities that are struggling to maintain basic services without raising taxes to continue to get the credit they need. Congress should pass this emergency rescue plan, the rescue plan for Main Street, as soon as possible. If Washington can move quickly to pass a rescue plan for our financial system, there's no reason we can't move just as quickly to pass a rescue plan for our middle class that will create jobs and provide relief and help homeowners. And if Congress does not act in the coming months, it'll be one of the first things I do as President of the United States of America.